my jaw would actually fall off. Hello everyone, I'm Renali, and today I'd like to share a brief account of my TMJ journey and the treatment I received from Dr. Moyes. To give you a brief background of my medical history, it took nearly a year for my TMJ issue to be correctly diagnosed. It all began in the summer of 2021, but it wasn't until June 2022, so almost a year, that an ENT finally pointed me towards a dental specialist after realizing that I had dislocated jaw. Between 2021 and 2022, I experienced severe ear pain and constant vertigo. I even consulted three ENTs across two countries, India and Germany, as I was living there at the time, and I underwent multiple ear-related tests, and everything was fine. Still, no one could really figure out what the cause was. Meanwhile, my pain worsened, and under the impression that it was just an ear issue, I unknowingly began clenching my jaw even more, which likely aggravated the condition. So, in June 2022, after being referred to a dentist and undergoing an MRI and other scans, it was suggested that the issue might be perhaps due to the three impacted wisdom teeth that I had. One of them was even growing horizontally on my lower jaw, so really putting pressure on the lower teeth of the same side that I had a lot of pain and where my jaw was dislocated. I then went on to visit an orthodontist who frankly scared me by saying that unless I committed to his 2 year long orthodontic treatment, my jaw would actually fall off. And other dentists recommended physiotherapy, especially ultrasound therapy. So I tried everything: ultrasound, heat and cold packs, jaw exercises, 6 days a week for 3 months. But none of it brought any meaningful relief. It was just for an hour or so, and the pain was back. Then eventually, I had my two upper wisdom teeth extracted, but again, the pain persisted. It was becoming physically and emotionally exhausting. I couldn't sleep anymore. Eating became a challenge. Even swallowing felt difficult. And I had to stick to soft foods. I could barely talk or exercise. And these both things I genuinely used to enjoy. So basically, it affected my overall well being. I even gained a lot of weight in the process as well. But then, eventually, due to someone's recommendation, I found my way to Dr. Moyes' clinic. And honestly, I stepped in with very little hope left. But meeting him was probably one of the best things that has happened to me in my life. Because I remember during my first consultation, he examined my jaw, he examined my neck, and he actually was the first one to say that it could be this weak neck that is contributing to the problem. We began a treatment that included manual physiotherapy, where tight muscles were released by hand, and also an anterior deprogrammer. So, for the first time in nearly 8 months, I experienced some real relief. I didn't have so much pain. I could sleep. And what stood out most was Dr. Moyes' attitude towards my problem. He was the first doctor and even the first person who reassured me that things weren't as hopeless as I had feared, that I could actually heal and return to a normal life, that he had seen worse TMJ issues being healed. And honestly, that moment gave me real hope. It was incredibly emotional. So, over the 4 months that followed, my pain gradually decreased. I continued visiting for adjustments to the anterior deprogrammer, which had the small protrusion in front where my lower teeth would rest. And eventually, I stopped using it. And I even went on to have my lower horizontally impacted wisdom tooth removed as well. Initially, things seemed okay, but the pain returned, and this time it was much worse. And by then, I was already living in a different city. I was working as a professor, which meant I was speaking continuously for 2 to 3 hours and speaking loudly. And this all just made everything harder. So I went back to Dr. Moyes, and this time he fitted me with a TMJ orthotic. And it took a little time to get used to because you speak funny, you sound like a child all of a sudden, or like you have a speech impairment. But what I can tell you is that after now it's been 7 to 8 adjustments over the course of a year. And today I'm kickboxing 3 times a week, chewing soaked almonds, and I'm even enjoying regular foods, which was a dream earlier. My ear issues are mostly gone, and I feel like I'm finally returning to a normal life. I'm still on a path of full recovery, but I'm getting there. And I'm actually truly grateful to Dr. Moyes for helping me find my way to a livable life, to a normal life, and for healing me. So thank you so much.